So, you want me to write it on a card? You want to take a picture of this?
I mean, I just saved it to my
Oh, you got it? Okay,
yeah,
I'll remind you the day before.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'll call you up. When I was about 15, I got a Spalding and Rogers catalog. When I saw that stuff, and I saw especially the Japanese stuff, I was blown away. That's kind of what did it. And then the fellow that taught me, named Bob Moreau, opened Perfection Tattoo in San Antonio. I guess it was about 86. I'd never really seen a tattoo like these screaming neon green colors. He loved to use it. It's what attracted me to tattooing at first. And of course, Dave Lum. Dave Lum was taught by my teacher, Bob Moreau. And Dave was doing the most outrageous, full color, beautiful, heavy duty tattoos.
Doing all the whacked out, crazy dicks and pussies and any crazy thing you could think of. You know, he's putting on people's titties all over the place.
And he put pee in the mouth of mine. He's like, you know, I was like, what is that yellow? He's like, he's got a mouth full of pee, you know?
Chris bought Dave Lum's shop when he moved. So that's how Chris ended up in Austin.
What is it about Texas tattooers and color?
I guess it could be Texas traditional or Texas trad. It was this take on American traditional tattooing, and they always added their Texas flavor. So you could tell when Chris Trevino did something.
People in Austin were totally open to just getting the craziest tattoos that you can imagine.
I didn't know tattoos could look like this. I'd never seen anything like it. So big, so bright, so crisp. This stuff looked like spray paint.
When I started working with him in the late 90s, it had shifted, and then there was more and more Japanese elements brought into the tattooing. And then he completely broke off into Japanese, and it was almost an overnight thing.
That was fun. It's part of a bodysuit. Jiraiya was another back piece that was fun.
Is this your sketching process, though?
Just whatever I need to stencil. The rest of, most of the stuff has a lot more going on. Money frogs, these are fun. I did these in Japan. When I first went to Japan, it was in '96. That's when it really hit me. Going to see Horiyoshi, get touched by Horiyoshi. I always knew it was the best. But watching him work one piece after another, just going through the methodical steps every day, I was like, this is how it's done. I went to the first Tokyo Tattoo Convention in 1999. My buddy Matt Rollins, I did a bodysuit on. I'd sent him to Horiyoshi to get a rib piece. Horiyoshi insisted that Three Tides invite me after seeing what I'd done on Matt.
What was Three Tides? Can you explain?
Three Tides is an American-style tattoo studio in Osaka. So I ended up there, you know, somehow. By fate, you know, I think. From then on, I didn't stop going for 11 years. This is the first copy Horiyoshi sent me of my name. This is the fax he sent me. This is Horimana, showing how it looked and what it was going to be and what it meant. This is a skateboard.
Blood all over it.
I cut my ankle, and I was dipping the brush in my ankle. And the butterfly,
Oh, you painted a butterfly?
I made a butterfly. Horiyoshi did it first. It wasn't my idea. I copied him.
Did you ever try to get an apprenticeship in Horiyoshi?
No, I'd already been tattooing a long time. I wasn't gonna be good as an apprentice anyway. He's like more of a friend, and he would help me a little bit.
He did something that no other American did. He tried to almost invade Japan.
I was working 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. I love that about Japanese stuff. You know, you don't do anything that takes you away from your main craft, your focus. You become part of a bigger thing. Everything's already it's all decided. How do you do a leaf? This is how you do a leaf, maybe 4 or 5 different ways. You can't just do this stuff without knowing what you're doing and what it means and understand it. For a long time, I wouldn't even read any books other than something pertaining to Japanese tattooing or tradition or history or culture. These are a sorcerer, warrior. I love doing these things. Most of it's all from stories. It's all, you know, based in history and tradition. If you don't understand what they mean, you can't do it. You have to. That's the big part of it. Yeah. So you could read all you want, but being there in person makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Drawing on the vomit bag from JL on the way home one time from Japan.
He took what he learned from copying Horiyoshi's tattoos and then incorporated his own personality, his own flavor. And that's when I decided to get a back piece from him. I was super influenced by him. 5 trips, 10 sessions, 70 hours. You look at it and it's It's beautiful. It's sick.
Thanks for coming in early.
I'd been looking and looking because I'm part Japanese, so I wanted Japanese arts. I called him and the first thing I said, do you still do Japanese tattoos? And he goes, yes. He goes, what are you looking for? I forgot what I said.
Oh, you wanted a koi and a tiger?
Koi and a tiger, yeah, koi and a tiger or something together, you know, because I seen his work and the kois were beautiful, and then the tiger, he said that combination don't work.
When I talk to somebody about the first arm, they're like, well, I want to get a tiger and a koi. It's like, no, because it doesn't make sense. You can get, you know, if you want a tiger on one arm, that's fine, but you're going to get a dragon on the other arm. Otherwise, it's going to not fit. So I'll start to name options before we even do anything to make sure we're not painting them to a corner.
I had to wait till my mother died because she's Japanese. So obviously when I came home with the snake on my leg, oh my God, Yakuza, oh. And then she passed, and that's when I started back up again. After this one, we're gonna do the full back one. I may be 64 years old, but I feel young.